Hi, good morning everyone. This is Jen with Rising Strong Wellness, and I wanted to offer a chair practice for you today for people who maybe have a little bit limited mobility or some injury, or maybe you're just not comfortable getting up and down off of the floor, or some of the poses that you think have to be in yoga. So I just wanted to offer up this really gentle flow to you. There are things that you can do, even if you're just a person who works at a desk all day, to kind of reverse some of those habits that happen as we're seated a lot. So grab a chair. I just have a dining room chair here. It could be a folding chair, and I also have it pretty close to the wall. So we'll move it around from time to time, but mostly everything here will be able for you to do right in your seat. And I'd like to remind you that yoga does not have to look one certain way. It can be made very much to fit your body and exactly where it's at today. So never force yourself into a pose, always being gentle and aware of what's happening so that you can day by day kind of progress a little deeper, maybe able to make a little more space for your breath, but definitely finding more awareness of what's happening in your body. So let's get started. We'll start in a quiet seat. Allow yourself to feel really supported here. So shoulders back, feet resting, hands down on your thighs. And I have a reading here just to get us started, to kind of set aside everything that's happening, allowing us to be here in each present moment. So if you go ahead, rest your eyes closed. Good. And just start bringing some awareness to your breath. We're not at all trying to change our breath or force our breath. We're simply just becoming an observer of what's happening. So notice where it shows up. Maybe it's in your nose, your belly, your chest, or your back. There's no right or wrong. You're simply just putting a name to that place. Our reading is from Llewellyn Vaughan Lee, and it says, "The moment is now. The present moment is not just a progression of past moments, but is alive in its own way, complete and perfect. And it's in this new moment that demands our attention. Only in the moment can we be fully awake and respond to the real needs of ourselves and others. Only in the present moment can we be fully attentive." So allow yourself now in this moment to be fully present, setting aside anything that's already happened, because that's the past. Setting aside any worry, because that remains in the future. Simply just being one with you and your breath. Welcoming any sounds. And it's okay if thoughts pop up into your head. That's normal. Our normal brain is busy. And so instead we're just noticing that thought and letting it flow by. And now we'll start to deepen our breath through our nose in. Exhale, relax your shoulders a little more. And noticing your feet into the ground, noticing the weight that's in your seat, and even noticing the gentle pressure that your hands are connected to your thighs. Allowing this nice, smooth, slow, and gentle breath just moving through you. Welcoming one more round of breath in and all the way out. Okay, from here, we'll go ahead. We're going to let our right ear drop down to our right shoulder. Maybe even dropping that left arm down just to really create a big stretch. If you need a little more, you could always take your hand towards your ear, gentle pressure, just guiding. Good, one more breath in. Exhale, let it go. Good, nice and slow, back up to center, all the way over to the other side. And maybe one side is different than the other. We'll notice that many times through our practice. And so again, not forcing anything. If you're tight on one side versus the other, you just allow it to stay that way and just gently move only to where it feels good. And one more breath here, in and out. Come back up to center. Your chin comes down towards your chest now. Maybe your back moves up away from the back of your seat. Still feeling down into your feet. Chin towards your chest. If you need more, you could use your hands here just to gently guide your neck down. Still noticing your breath here. Maybe now you notice it's moved a little more to one place. Good, and now same thing, keeping your hands here like a cradle almost. Just opening up your eyes only as far as it feels good. Maybe if you're doing this, you even notice that stretch across your chest or your upper inner arm. Good, come back into center, resting your hands. Let's just roll through our shoulders, rolling them backwards. Good. Switch directions, roll forward a little. Good. Making any other movements that just feel good here. Good. And now we're going to reach up, take a big breath in. Hands to your thighs, exhale. Again, just like that, in and out. This time we're going to do this modified forward fold. So an inhale up, and you'll just fold to where it feels good. We're not really trying to go anywhere as far as going a certain depth or a certain needing to touch your toes, but we're just folding. And let your neck soften here by bringing your eyes down towards the floor. Good. Notice now where your breath shows up. Maybe you have a lot of space across your back. Breathing big, wide, expansive breath into your back. Good. Slow roll all the way back up. Good. Reach up, breathe in. And hands to your thighs. This time we're going to reach up, breathe in, and we're going to take a twist to the right. So this could be many ways. Left hand's coming to your right knee. And you could simply just take this mini twist. If your eyes want to go ahead and look over your shoulder, that's okay. If it doesn't work, that's okay too. If you need a little more, you can always grab onto your chair using it for a little leverage. So pulling the chair, pushing your knee. But we're really looking to bring that breath all the way into our left rib. And as you inhale, see if you can lift up, inhale. Exhale, twist a little more. One more time, biggest breath in, biggest twist. Good, nice and slow, come back into center. Inhale up, and exhale to the other side. Same thing, tall spine, you're still rooted down into your seat. It's easy to let a hip peel up here. Let both of your sitting bones stay down on your chair. Let that twist come from your spine. to center. One more time, inhale, fold down to wherever that felt good the first time, maybe a little deeper this time. Remembering your eyes down towards the floor, or maybe a little out in front of you. Good, one more breath in, all the way out. Rolling up. Good, we're gonna come up to standing. And I'm gonna be turning my chair so that I can use it as a prop. And I'm also quite close to the wall, so if you need that extra bit of support, that's a great place to be. So we're gonna take a modification of downward facing dog. So let your hands stretch and you just start to walk your feet back as far as it feels good and safe for you. And we start to let our heart drop down. Now, if this is tough on your shoulders, you can certainly just come back up and enjoy this lengthening of your spine here. But in a down dog, we're pulling in our belly, dropping our heart down, and then enjoying this big breath all the way up our spine. Exhale, open your mouth, let it out. Let's stay here one more. All the way empty. Slow, 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 coming back up. Good, we're gonna take our right foot, we're gonna step it towards the chair, putting a little baby bend into our front knee. And our back leg, our toes are going to rotate out here. So this is your warrior stance. If it feels good for you, you can release the chair here and you can just hold this powerful position. If your shoulders are sore, hands resting at your heart is always welcomed. Or you can use your friend the chair as some help with balance. Good, we're staying here, one more breath. Good, and this time we're just opening our hips up a little bit. Feet stay the same, but now instead of forward, we're rotating open. This is warrior number 2. Good. As you're here, let's everyone purposely pick up your shoulders, scrunch them towards your ears. On your exhale, just relax down your back. Good, we're staying here, one more breath. And we're gonna come back to our downward facing dog, so stepping both feet back. Staying here 2 rounds, in and out. Last one, big fill. Exhale. Good, switching sides. Your left foot comes towards the chair. Swiveling that back foot. Making warrior number 1. Hands placement wherever this feels right for you. And in this pose, you're equally kind of sending pressure out to your front toes as much as you are the side of your right pinky toe. So opening up to the side. Good, noticing your breath, inhale, exhale. Good, one more, in and out. Coming back for our last downward facing dog. And maybe this time you're able to step your feet a little further back. Lengthening, let that breath come all the way up your sides. Dropping your heart on every exhale. Good, nice and slow, coming back up. We're going to use our chair for just a little bit of balance work because it's important. Balance helps us concentrate, it brings focus to our body, and it also helps those little stabilizing muscles. So, hand on your chair, we're going to get very heavy into your left foot. All of your weight anchoring down. And we're gonna just start to float your right toes. Good. If you're comfortable, you'll start to come a little bit higher up. Very simple, just standing on one foot, standing leg raise. If you are ready, you can move your hand away. If not, you return it to the chair. Good. Go ahead, extend that foot straight forward. Good, come back up. One more time, extend it forward. And set it down. We're gonna switch sides. So I'm just gonna move my chair over here. Same thing, heavy in your right toes. Good, floating your left toes. Maybe today it's just a tripod, a little kickstand. That's okay. You're still engaging in your hip, in your thigh, and in your foot. So all major stability muscles. So maybe you're just that tripod, and then it will grow into that standing leg raise. Good. Here, see if you can, instead of point your toes, just flex your toes, engaging your muscles. Good, let's kick it forward. Good, send it back. Check your hip that you don't dump your hip here. Stay up. Good, forward. Back to standing. Good, all the way back down. Good. We're gonna come back to our chair. Using the side of our chair, if this is too low, you always have that option to use the back of your chair. We're gonna step. Well, I've got my foot underneath of the chair here. My knee is meeting. And we're just going to stretch into that hip. Absolutely, you have the option to drop that knee here. You'll still feel the same stretch. Get nice and slow, wherever you are, walking your feet back together and just switching sides. So letting your knee meet here, finding that big stretch. And my weight is more distributed down so that the chair is not pushing forward. Letting that weight go out of my heel that's extended. Good, really slowly come back. We're gonna come back to our seat. Good. Bring our hands at our heart. So you'll have two options. We're gonna take a little bit of twist. So you can take your left elbow to your right knee, twist. If that's too deep of a twist, opening your arms up towards the side. So I'll show you this option here, and on the other side I will show you the prayer hands option. Again, keeping your seat rooted down so that that hip doesn't peel up. We're letting this come just from our spine. Okay, let's come back into center. Hold here, one breath in and out. We'll start moving towards that other side with an inhale. Twist on your exhale. Good. If you're taking this prayer hand option, you can create a little bit of leverage down through your right elbow. That way your thumbs are coming more towards your heart. If it feels good for you, your eyes could come up. If that's a lot for your neck, you look down or to the side. Good, come back into center. We're gonna take eagle arms, which just means we get really twisted up. So we're gonna be right hand here, left hand twist under, so your palms, I'm kind of hooking my thumbs. Good, rooting down into our seat, but tall in our spine. And inhale, and then on your exhale, push your palms together. You could even round your back a little bit here. Just feeling this nice stretch on your outer arms, your upper shoulders. One more breath in and out. Good, untangle. And we do have to do the other side. So left arm, and now we'll go right arm under. So just switching here. See if you can lift as you're pushing your palms together. Maybe lift your elbows a little higher. You'll feel it a little more. One more breath. Really lift those elbows in. Push your palms together all the way. Exhale. Good. Untangle. Bring your palms here. Roll your shoulders. Good. We can even take some seated cat-cows. So this extension of pushing your heart forward. Inhale. Chin to chest, round your back. Exhale. Okay, take a couple of those. Inhale, eyes up. Chin to chest, exhale. Good, one more. Just gentle, only going where your body leads you. Never asking it to really push more than it needs. Good, we're gonna take one more long-legged stretch here. So we're just going to extend your right leg. I'm scooting a little more to the edge of my chair. If you need a little stability, you could hang on as long as you don't tip forward. But we're gonna lift up long in our sides, hinging our hips forward. So leading with your belly button, dropping at your heart, dropping at your head, reaching down towards your shin, or if you're able to grab your toes, that's great too. Good, staying here for just 2 rounds of breath. Good, nice and slow, rolling up. Pulling this leg in, switching sides. Take that time, get tall in your spine, long in your sides. Inhale, reach up. Belly button first. Heart comes down. Head comes down. And this isn't about touching your toes. This is about lengthening through your spine and lengthening at the back of your leg. One more full round of breath here, in and out. Nice and slow, coming up. Take a hip stretch here. So basically we're crossing our leg. We're gonna take our right over our left. So this would be the ideal position. If that's not working for you, you can always cross your legs. Good. So flexed foot here to protect your knee, and hand on your ankle, hand on the inside of your knee. And we're just giving a little gentle pressure down towards the floor, off and on. And if this is not a big deal for you, you can absolutely fold into this. You should feel it a little deeper. And you could just rest here. Notice now if your tension has shifted. This really lights up an area that we're very tight in most of the time. So maybe your tension goes from your hip to your face or to your shoulders, and you're like, ugh. Soften your jaw here. And as you're sitting in something potentially a little uncomfortable, not enduring anything painful, but just a little uncomfortable, come back to noticing that simple, calm breath that we started with. Nice and slow, switching sides. Good, again, flexed foot. You may notice this side is completely different from the other. And we are not forcing that. We are simply just honoring and saying, okay, that side is tighter. Taking it wherever you like, so it's just that in and out gently, or bowing down into it. This may not be a very possible pose if you've had hip surgeries, knee surgeries, replacements. So we can continue to find modifications for that and just beginning to experiment. This could even be something a little gentler like this. But really, we're just looking to target that outside area of the hip. Good, let's stay here one more breath. And let it go. Good, coming back up. Good. I'm going to offer you two options for a resting pose. I'm going to be coming back down onto the floor. And in many yoga classes, we, towards the end of our flow, we'll take a pose legs up the wall. And that is exactly what it sounds like. Laying on your back, putting your legs up against the wall, feeling supported. If you're not comfortable getting up and down off of the floor, you can simply just rest quietly in your seat. Option 2 to that, if you're not comfortable or unable to straighten your legs, then you will just come down and you will rest here. Tucking your tailbone, just letting your back start to rest down into the ground. Letting all of that good, fresh blood start to circulate back towards the center of your body. Noticing your breath here again. Sending gratitude to your body for all it has accomplished and how hard it's worked. And you can really stay here just as long as you'd like. Legs up the wall would simply just look something like this. I'm going to very slowly just come back up to a seat. I invite you just to rest wherever you're at. I'm going to do our reading one more time, remembering that the moment is now. The present moment is not just a progression of past moments, but it's alive in its own way, complete and perfect. And it's in this new moment that demands our attention. Only in the moment can we be fully awake, respond to the real needs of ourselves and others. Only in the present moment can we be fully attentive. I think those are good words for these crazy days in our life, for remembering just moment by moment, breath by breath. Good. If you'd bring one hand to your heart, place the other on top of it, we'll just pause, noticing our breath one more time. Taking a big breath in. Exhale, let it all the way out. Feeling fully aware, feeling fully present, awake and alive, ready to go. Good. Thank you for joining me. Come back for more from my family to your family. We wish you well. Namaste.